Hello, we are back with our last card for the May Card Club, focusing on happy little things. Hello, my name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the Paper Chef, and each month I host a card club called Card on Blue. So you can join my club by going to my website, paperchef.stampinup.net, and go to my offerings, or just click the offerings link in the corner of this video, and it'll be inside the comments in the description of this video. So next month's card club, just so you know, you got to sign up by the 10th of June. It is going to be focused on Choose Happy, which is one of the new stamp sets in the annual catalog. It's just going to be so versatile, and I've already started playing with it, and I've already done a scan and cut tutorial on how to cut out these beautiful stamped images. So now we're going to be focusing on just the sentiments. You don't need to do any die cutting for the card club because I send you all the pieces. All right, so let's get started by... Last time we started with the stamping part, so this time I want to start with making the card base. And we'll go ahead and take out the pieces because it's going to be a boho blue card. Now, this is really a cool card because I'm using this Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. It's 24 different patterns. It's a beautiful set of paper. You get 48 sheets in a pack. And I thought it'd be fun to, play with these types of designs. I thought this one and this one would go really well. I don't actually have any extra paper, so I can't make the exact same card, but you can use like any of these. You're just going to take a nice piece like any of these and use them for your patterns. Now, you don't want to have a horizontal pattern like this. You're going to be doing a vertical card. So that's that. We'll get that. Now let's get the boho blue. And see, we already have one, and the other one got a little. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make a new set so I could do two cards. Boho blue is one of the in colors. It's around for another year. Our in colors stay around for 2 years, so it's not a new in color. It's a color, and I'm saying IN like in color. We get colors that stay around for 2 years. So it's one of these that belong to the family with the moody mauve and all this stuff. It's really a cool earth tone set. Now this catalog leaves me baffled sometimes, so I can see if I can find the colors. But it's in a good way. Baffled in a good way. Here we go. So color families. What I'm talking about is this. Here's the boho blue. It's part of the in colors like this. And then these are new ones that are around for 2 years. This is around for 1 more year because they're 2023 to 2025 Stampin' Up! Year. So we're going to take that, and I picked it because it goes along with the paper that we're using. Let's move that around. So this is a really cool scoring thing. If you don't have it, this is a good month to join Stampin' Up! You can get $125 worth of items. Let me go and score it 5.5. And this would be a great thing to put in your starter kit. And then you get $82 worth of in-color products. 82 free dollars. So you pick out, say you first pick out $125 worth of items. This could be one of your items you pick out. It's called the Simply Scored. Highly recommended tool to pick out. And you can see it has a little stylus on it. And then measurements here. So you can do your scoring. And now if you just get a trimmer, it also has a way to score as well. But I like to score on the Simply Scored and then cut on my trimmer. So I'm going to score that at 5.5, and now I'm going to cut it at 4.25. So now we have, out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, we get 2 cards out of it. Let me bring that Simply Scored back because I like to use the corner of it when I fold my cards. So anywho, you can get whatever you want you just pick $125 worth of items. Good tools are, your bone folder, your Simply Scored, your paper trimmer. I recommend getting a Take Your Pick tool if you're new to stamping. Has a little pokey side. There's just a lot of cool things you can get. And then you get, let's see, $82 worth of free stuff from Stampin' Up! That's 5 in-color stamp pads, a pack of in-color cardstock, a pack of in-color markers, and 40 sheets of Designer Series paper. And all that stuff, you're going to get free shipping with it, and you're only going to pay $99. So it's really a good month to join. And I really want to do another video just about that because I think a lot of you guys are missing out if you don't take advantage of such an awesome offer. So I'll probably do another video about that. But I was traveling, and it's Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. I see some of you already joining from other countries, which is amazing. In the U.S., this is our day to honor those. It's called Memorial Day, and we honor those who have lost their life. Now, we have other days to honor all veterans, anyone who served our country, which is awesome. We still honor veterans today. We love veterans. Veterans are those who have... Actually, I want that tall side on one side. I think I'm going to go for the tall side like that. I'm going to go for 4 by 5 1/4. No, you know what? I'm going to frame it better. Let's see if I can do that. Change my mind. I'm going to have this tree. I'm going to move it over slightly like that so that this sort of frames it. And I'm going to flip it around. So I want 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to have a little bit of tall trees coming in on the one side and then short trees on the other. Okay, that'll work. I'll go ahead and make another one at the same time. And I'll show you how to make another one. You just take your patterns and you just look at them and say, how will these work? So like this one would work really well. Let's see. But this one too. So for this one, I would probably, let's see. To do 4 by 5 1/4 on this one, I would probably go out to about there. So we honor those who have lost their lives to make the ultimate sacrifice. And my mom's first cousin was killed in Pearl Harbor. My brother-in-law was also killed in the line of duty. So like that's the people we honor all veterans, but those are the people we actually honor today. That's what the holiday is all about. And I went to a birthday party today, and my friend's daughter was turning 1, and she is turning 21. So it's my friend's daughter. Like we're like her aunt and uncle. So that was really fun. So that's what I did today to celebrate Memorial Day, and they had a patriotic theme and a little photo booth, and everything was with the American flag. So it was really, really cool. All right, so you do that and that, right? So you see how I'm just showing you how I would cut the paper to have the different parts of it showing. Really like that. But we'll use this one for this card. And I'll have to I think I'll make the second card a little bit later. Because, well, no, I might be able to make 2. Just depends on how much of the little specialty paper I have. So I'm going to go ahead and put my boho blue away. Now my specialty paper is called Thoughtful Designs. Now for this, I just want to go across like this, and then I'm going to put some boho blue. So let's see how much I need. I think I can use... everybody in your card club kit got Thoughtful Designs, but you got a few sheets. You might not have the exact same sheets I'm using. So we shall see how that works out. Let me get my little... I need to make sure I have my little... Okay, card on blue, May. Thoughtful Journey. Card on blue, May. Lemon Lolly. Let's go back. I think it's this one. All right, card on blue, Thoughtful Journey. 1/2-inch strips. All right, so we'll do some 1/2-inch strips. And then I put boho blue in the middle. So go out here and do 1/2-inch strips. And we already have a piece there that's 1/2-inch. And then we'll get this piece. I think we're just going to try this. Do a 1/2-inch strip of that. I do have more of this paper, actually. I just don't have more of the designer series paper at the moment. All right, sometimes when you just can't get something to be straight because you're cutting such a small piece of it. So one little trick is just get a piece of washi tape. Sometimes you just can't get it straight no matter what you do. Maybe my hands are kind of wet. I was outside a lot today. Oh, yeah, that'll work. I can probably use 2 pieces of that. That's nice. Yay. Okay, let's try it. And I'm also going to go ahead and get a little darker side just to see if it gives me a better option of how I lay this out. You know, because the boho blue contrasting and all that jazz. And all that jazz. All right, now don't attach this paper yet because you want to attach. All right, I have to look at my card again. Even though I have notes here, it's like, where'd the card go? All right, we want to take, you're going to put boho blue ribbon. So we're going to take these pieces that contrast with the boho blue ribbon. Now, let's see, maybe something like that. And then I'm going to see which one will contrast the best. I think this one might look good on that. Something like that, but we'll see with the other paper. Okay, I like sort of this darker one, so I'm going to go something like that down here and like so. All right, I'm happy. So we'll just test out your paper. And this one I might just do something down there because I don't want to block this really cool design. And you'll see how I did that before too. And this one I'm going to move it all the way up there. But you see how my original design is in the middle? But you need to be flexible when you're crafting. Because if you're not flexible, you're going to end up like blocking a beautiful design. And you're going to be like, oh no, I blocked a beautiful design. And I don't want to cover up that beautiful paper. I'm just going over the edge to get it straight, and then I'll cut out the other parts later. Now let's check out how I did the first one. All right, I think I might have had a little gap between them before I put that ribbon there, so we'll do sort of like that. More of the paper will show. Now the ribbon's not too thick, so we'll put like a little gap like so. And for this one, so this is, I think, Thoughtful Wishes specialty paper. So did you guys do anything fun to celebrate Memorial Day? Barbecue? I saw someone had a good poll. My friend Sandra from Guam, she was on my, or no, she's going to be on my podcast. She hasn't been yet. She was like writing, are you guys into Netflix binge watching on Memorial Day because it's a holiday? Or are you into, barbecuing? So I was into barbecuing, but I was like, I Netflix binge watch like all the rest of the days of the year. Like when I'm done my crafting, I'm Netflix binge watching. Like I'll be doing some of that today, so I don't need to do that on Memorial Day. I do that every day. And if you are Netflix binge watching, she asked me what some of my favorite shows were, and I was like, well, Bridgerton, of course. Is anybody watching Bridgerton? That's pretty cool. I like watching Vikings. I'm watching it again for the second time, the entire series, the 6-season series of Vikings, because I love it so much. I love the action. Now, if the scenes get super violent, I do have to and it's late at night and I'm about to go to bed, I tend to just skip over the really violent scenes. Although I do like a good action strategic battle, but not when there's any kind of torture or something, because I don't want to go to bed without having happy thoughts. So if you ever have any, say you have any trouble sleeping, you might have watched something a little too kind of crazy before you went to bed. So always think of that. So now we're going to take the boho blue ribbon, which my mom has put on this little thing for us. Let's see, she rolls it up for me. But this one kind of got all jacked up, so I didn't send this one to anybody. I'm like, I'm going to use that one myself. All right. I don't want to open up a new roll. I'm just going to use these little pieces. Now, if your ribbon is not flat, it's humid where I'm at, so it should flatten out pretty easily. You can get these. I have this little baby Cricut mini press. It's pretty cool. I flatten out my ribbons, or you can just do this with your hands, and the heat from your hands should flatten it out. Oh, I just love this boho blue ribbon. I'm pretty sure it's around for another year. I don't know who's here today that can check, but if it should be around for another year, because I don't see why they wouldn't have kept this ribbon. The color's around. Nola's here. Nola's on my team. Did you see this ribbon in the catalog? It's called boho blue. Oh, I forget the other part of the. Oops. Hope I got that. That little pit is hanging over. But what I worry about, since the color's current, that's when I put it in my card club. I worry about the colors being current because it goes with your paper. But sometimes I'm sharing it with you guys because it's the best tool. It's the best thing to use for the job. That's why I share it. But I hope you can still get it. I'm just trimming this little frayed ribbon off. Hey, my scissors are starting to get dull. Okay, so that's one, and then this one we'll do. Then we'll tuck it around the back. Yeah, she's like, Vikings has a lot of violence. The thing about it though, it's so great for character development. Like the acting is so incredible. I was like, there's this guy, and like he had me convinced that he was like evil. And he's called Ivor the Boneless, like in the show. If you guys watch the Vikings, you know what I'm talking about. Like evil. He had me convinced like he's evil as a person. So I had to look him up. I'm like, who is this actor? Like he's just so incredible. Like, you love to hate him. And he's like a hunky guy from, Copenhagen. And when he was saying how nervous he was when he came into the show, I think season 3 or 4, as he's one of the son of Ragnar, like the most famous Viking, Ragnar. So he came on and he was like saying how he was nervous. So you see how I tucked the ribbon around the back? Now I'm going to adhere it. And it was just so neat to see that. And he was like so vulnerable in his interview. And he was just, and I was like, he's just a regular guy. And he did like kind of big hair, like kind of like surfer hair, not big hair, but just like longer hair. And in the show, it's like all slicked back. His eyes are incredible. They must give him contact lenses. But I was like, I'm looking up this guy. I'm like, this guy is like the best. So anyway, all the actors though, is so incredible. But like he was just especially amazing actor. And the first time through, I just hated him and didn't want to look anything up about him. And then, and then the second time through watching the Vikings again, I'm like, this guy is like pure raw acting talent. Like he has me so convinced that like he's an evil person that he has me like I have to look up more about him. Like that's how good he was. He does kind of crazy things like burn people alive and all this. And then I was like, I can't watch that, But he's a ruthless leader but then, he gets his in the end. It's always I always say good always prevails, Good prevails over evil. It's been like happening throughout time when people get drunk with power and then, always. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm going to just attach this, and then we'll get to I'll write down what I did, and then we'll get to the part about where I stamp. Okay. My daughter lives in Dundas. I wonder where Dundas is. Okay, she don't see the boho ribbon. So I wonder if it was retired, Janet. But at least I got some for you. If it is retired, at least it was in your card club kit. Now, one thing about your card club kits is I always put 2 kinds of ribbon. I try to do current or recently retired because they're all just in my stash. I give away everything until it's retired. 2 kinds of embellishments. This time we're using the new in color gems. And I think next time we're using some of the other colors of gems that you didn't use this time. So 2 kinds of ribbon, 2 kinds of embellishments, 2 kinds of designer series paper, 2 kinds of cardstock, basic white cardstock, 4 envelopes. You get 4 basic white pieces that you put inside. Basic white envelopes, and you get all these things to die cut. And I always add a couple little shapes to die cut that, when you're die cutting, that you can actually stamp onto the shapes. So that is your card club. And then I give you some kind of tool or some kind of extra thing. And this month it was like a blending. Everybody got a blending brush, and then I teach you how to use that. We have a bonus video. Next month it'll be a blender. No, this time it was a blender pen. There's a blender pen. Sorry. Next time it'll be a blender brush. One time it was a silicone mat. One time you all got glue. So I always put something in there extra. And in addition to lots of love. Lots of love goes into them. Because you get die cut shapes. So you basically have everything you need to make 8 cards. It's a great value of $39. That includes the shipping. And even though all my prices went up on cardstock, basic white cardstock, envelopes, paper, everything went up for me, almost everything, cards. But I did not raise the price of the card club this year, and I promise not to raise it till the end of 2024. But that's it. Then I can't promise 2025, whether I'll even be doing the club or whether I'm going to raise it. But I have a lot of annual members, and they really help. I have 4 annual members. You don't have to be an annual member. You save money if you join annually. I'm going to write down these measurements while I'm talking. Okay, so you save money instead of paying $39 a month. And if you join annually, it would be like $37 a month, I think. And then you get one free $49 workshop kit, which are pretty epic. Those kits are pretty great value with lots more stuff in them. And we're going to say this is the boho blue card. So I'm going to go and write down everything as I'm talking. And so that one, you get extra bonuses for joining the card club. And what happened is, because 4 people joined annually, I was able to stack up on all the envelopes I need for the rest of the year for the card club, all the basic white. In other words, I reinvested all your money on behalf of saving the entire card club money. So otherwise, I would not have been able. That's why I'm not able to. I don't have to raise the prices, because I already stacked up on all the basic white I need till the end of 2024. All the basic white envelopes I need to the rest of the year. So you're getting a great value. Your card club, I've seen a lot of other people raise their prices already, and because I offered that annual membership, I didn't have to raise your prices. So, it's even a better value this year than ever, and you're making 8 cards with that, and you're getting the shipping included and all the labor and love that goes into it. I have 2 people that get, that my helpers and assistants that do. So it's 11 inch by 4 1/4. That's the size of the card, right? 11 inch by 4 1/4. They do two of my members of they're also members of your Grow Your Crafty business. They're helping with the die cutting. And then we have my mom, who helps make your swag bags. You can prepay for the entire year instead of paying by the month. And if you do, you can stop your monthly subscription, which I'll stop for you automatically. And then you join annually and you get a $49. So you get a free, why am I writing this on my page with my measurements? Free workshop kit. This is not a card club kit. This is one of my workshop kits. You also get, everybody gets a swag bag every 6 months. And then instead, it's like $37 a month instead of, right, like this. It's $37 a month instead of $39 a month. So you save $2 a month. And then everybody gets, this is all members, all club members, get my mom's swag bag. So this is I call these your priceless extra things. Swag bags. My mom makes these for you, one of a kind. They're always different. And every 6 months. Okay? And every time you get embellishments in there, every time. So the first time, there's just every 6 months. I had a lot of 6 club month members, and they got, anyway, your thing is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and you score at 5.5. So all of my 6 month ones got a little stamping block. It was like a paper, it was like this, but thinner. It was like a paper pumpkin stamping block. And they got, they got embellishments, ribbon, a stamp case, a chamois, stuff like that. And then the next 6 months, score at 5.5. They got some more of Stampin' Up swag. They still got swag, but it was more like logo swag, like one of the little key rings that you put around your neck, it's not a key ring. It's it can be for a key ring. It's a lanyard. It's a lanyard, and they got notepad and a pen, and they got, bone folder and stuff. They got different things. They still got embellishments and a stamp case, but they got different swag. Then the 6 month swag got different months than the 12-month swag. So I have a big spreadsheet. So now I've had this club for a year. I'm reflecting back about how many people have stayed with me, which is awesome. I started out with 4 members, my founding members, okay? They're all there, except one is a couple are become annual, but they're all there. And now I'm up to then I've had 30, and I think I'm down to 25. I've had but a lot of people join by the month. When I've had 30, it wasn't because they were members. You can sign up for 1 month at a time. Anyway, let me write down these layers for you. So at the most, one club was so popular that so many people signed up for it for just the 1 month. And then also my team members can earn free card club kits. So it's a perk for my team members. So next month, Papered Chefs. So anyway, 4 members are my founding members. They've been with me the whole time. Founding members. And my team members, there are 3 Papered Chefs, right? That got that's when they joined my team, and they have earned a free kit next month. So then I'm back to earned a free kit. So I have challenges, and when they complete the challenge, they get a free card club kit valued at $39. So my Papered Chefs earn free. It's not for my new ones. It's for the people who have been on my team that are already in the challenges. Anyway, so layer 1 is going to be 5. That's pretty cool. I just forgot about those people. How I better order some more stuff to give them their free. I have to add that to my inventory of who I'm sending stuff to next month. So I plan on keeping my card club for, a while, at least I know 2024. And although it is a labor of love, it's a lot of work, but I do love it. I think it's a really, as far as like, I always tell my business people, so layers like 2 and 3. When I'm talking about growing your crafty business, it's probably the best thing I did for my business. It's one of the best things because it's cool to have like a recurring revenue, have people join, and then they stay with me month after month, and then I can plan better over time because I have some like working capital to order things and plan better with. I have to use my hands when I'm talking. Thoughtful journey and wishes. I'm just writing wishes because it's both thoughtful journey, thoughtful wishes, part of the same suite. So these are going to be 4 inches, and you're going to make 2 of these. You're going to 4 inches by ½ inch high. Okay, and then you're going to use then we're going to just talk about the ink and the ribbon. You're going to also use boho blue ribbon, and the ink is going to be Misty Moonlight, which I'm going to do next. And then we're going to use blends. Oh, and peach pie. Peach pie. I'm just going to write it all down now so you can take your screenshot. I'll put this over the top of this over here. Like so. So you can see that. Peach pie. And then the blends are going to be peach pie. Light and dark. All right, so that is it. That's how to make this card. Super easy. You can watch me ramble on. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to finish doing the stamping, coloring with the blends, and just put that like so. I'm just going to cover that up so you can take your screenshot. And that's how to do it. I always show you the cards I made through the rest of it. So yeah, if you join by the year, Christina, say you want to be an annual member, then all you do is join for the year, and then I'll just cancel your PayPal because I have PayPal subscription that you use. I just then cancel your monthly one, and you've paid for a whole year. A year later, you'll get billed again for the next whole year. Okay, and that's how it works. Very easy. And then you can always cancel. Anyone can cancel, just like Paper Pumpkin. That's like $24.95 a month or something. That's a pre-made kit. That's not like the cardstock that's different. That's kind of like pre-factory made kits. Those are awesome and great deal too. And so you can get pre-Paper Pumpkin, and you can cancel that anytime. I just got a subscriber today. She can cancel anytime. It's not like nothing's set in stone, right? Okay, hello, Lori from Ohio. Phil, good evening. Phil Ham, hello, Hilda Massey. Denise from South Dakota, Denise T. Kathy, Backyard Stamper, nice to see you. Debbie Salinas, thank you for being a channel member. And thank you for honoring those who lost their lives. And hello, Janet. Nice to see you. Janet always writes these measurements later, so if you're not used to all this chicken scratch, she'll put them in the comments of the video on the YouTube channel, out in the comments. Right now, you're in a live stream feed, so the comments won't be here. They'll be she'll be in the regular video where you can see them forever and ever. All the measurements to my card club are always here. Hello, Lisa from Ontario, Canada. And hello, Outback Stamping, which is, her name's Leslie. Hello, Nola. Hello, Christina. Thank you for being a channel supporter. And you're from Rome, Georgia. Yay, another person from Georgia. Yes, please, Nola, watch Bridgerton. They left me hanging. So I talk about binge watching. I watched 4 episodes. 4 in a row in one night. And then they left me hanging. They're like, oh, the rest of the season's coming out like in a month or 2 or whatever it was. I'm like, what? Oh, Denise went 400 miles to put flowers on family graves. That was so sweet of you. And they're smiling down from heaven, knowing that you still think of them often. Hello, Carol. Anne Mackness, lovely name. All right, she went to help with the grands. Lisa Tabor did. That's nice you got to see your grandkids. And let's see. I'm trying to figure out where Dundas is. I said you went to Dundas. I'm not even sure where that is or what state we're talking or country even. Hello, Maggie Plank. Hello. Kathy Vanderberg. Okay, who rested? Yes. Love the resting time. Although I'm raring to go because I was away. Oh, I'm glad you moved to Georgia. Christine, I can get you involved in the Georgia demonstrator group with the Stampin'. It's a group of Stampin' Up demonstrators doing this. Hello, Kelly Stoller. Nice to meet you. All right, I'm going to move this now. I hope you all got to write that down. So we'll use this to kind of like ink on too. So first we ink on with our peach pie. So the other thing I did this weekend, so today I went to a first-year-old's birthday party. But another thing I did this weekend, which is pretty amazing, is, have you guys heard of 23andMe? It's like a DNA thing, right? DNA testing. Okay, so one time, my husband's like from a family where there's 4 siblings, but they didn't grow up together. They all had the same mother, but because of, there's a few different fathers, like they just, and his mother died when he was like 3. They just didn't grow up together. So it's like later in life, they all found each other. Well, a couple grew up together. And then later in life, some found each other. Well, one of his sisters, who was raised by her grandparents, found out that the grandparents, they are always her grandparents. Let's keep that straight. Because, if you have adopted parents, they're still your parents. But she found out her grandparents weren't her blood parents. Because what happened is she did this DNA test. This is Mike's sister. They have the same mother. Okay? So they have the same mother. My husband does. And his sister. But then they found out through DNA, they already knew they had different fathers. So let's keep that straight, too. I don't want to confuse you in the story. But she found out she was 47% Greek. Kind of reminds me of the movie, like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. She found out she's 47% Greek. And she's like, what in the world? And she went on the 23andMe and did the DNA test. That's how she found out she was 47% Greek. So she invited Mike, her brother, and I, and her husband to go to lunch and meet all the Greek families. So there was like a dozen of us. I took a picture. We met them. We met 4 of her cousins and 2 of her brothers. She has 4 siblings. She has 3 brothers and a sister, and she has cousins by the dozens. And we went and we met them. So we went to Alabama and we all met up. And some of them drove from Georgia, from Atlanta. Some of them drove from different parts of Alabama. I don't know how far they all came from. But they came near and far. Like this lunch was set up a while back, and we went and we met her relatives. So she was just like thrilled beyond belief, like to get to, and meanwhile, her actual biological father, he's passed on. His wife, like after he had her, his wife passed on. The kid's mom that we met, like her brothers, their mom had passed on. They're like my husband's mother and father passed. Everyone passed. So now this cousins are like the generation that's left. And like everybody seeks connection, right? With it's not like they seek connection, but I'm saying a lot of people, like my cousins were adopted too. And they feel like there's a time where you say, oh, I want to know who my biological family is and stuff like that. So that's what happened. We got to meet. It was just so nice. But we also met, again, we had already met my husband's nephew and stuff before. So we also went and met with her family the next day. So that was cool. But we'd already met them before, but we got to meet people for the first time. And then we met Mike's nephew, her kids. My husband was thrilled because my family's always been his family, but he doesn't have he doesn't have much of his own family, so he has no other brothers and sisters except the ones he found out about later. So I'm taking the word "you" and I'm going to stamp it in Misty Moonlight. He found out about him later, and he's like, in life, like he didn't know, but maybe he knew of them, but he only get to meet them later in life. And so he's just thrilled to death that he gets to like see his nephew with his nephew and his kids that are all grown up, and like his nephew's kids are in high school and stuff. It was just so cool. And then the sister, like we had like a 6-hour drive to get home, and she's texting me really late at night. We got home like 10:30 last night. She's like texting me, "Did you make it home?" I'm like, "Oh, I have a sister-in-law that cares about me and making sure I got home okay." So, of course, now I'm going to be sending her a homemade card and all that good stuff. So I'm doing the U. So I was very happy to get to hang out with them. Now, what you do for this stamp is you're going to cut this one apart, right? This already says you. Here, let me show you on the front. You are incredible. Now, these are bigger in person than they are on the front of the case. They're bigger in actuality. So to cut off the U, so there's the word you. Chop that off. because you can do so much more with the stamp set when you cut that off. Because you already have the U here. And now we're just going to use the are incredible. Now, last week we used you are incredible this way. So now you're just going to use the other part of this word. Take that little piece of ribbon off there. So just always stamp onto your scrap paper or sticky note first. Number one, always do it because you don't want to make sure you're not upside down. That's one reason to do it. Because sometimes you have these sentiments and your stamp is so like foggy that you might be upside down. So it was sweet, like listening to my husband talk to his sister, like late at night, like watching TV and stuff. We were just watching, like, I guess I call them BS shows, like the home renovations and stuff, or like lake house remodeling, whatever, on this home network. But we were watching it. Then you can sort of talk because it's kind of mindless. I think I'm going to do one with like a dark to light, and then we'll see if the other one I do an ombre effect. So this is peach pie, by the way. I'm using dark peach pie. Anyway, I heard him say to her, I was like listening. He's like, I feel like I've known you all my life. And I'm thinking, well, you have. Like, even though they didn't really meet maybe until, I want to say either 9 years ago or 11 years ago. I think it was, because I had to go back on Facebook and look. I think it was 2006. I don't know, 2011 would be 13 years ago, but I don't know if it was that long ago. We've met up a few times, but I'm like, well, you kind of have known someone your whole life, even if you haven't actually seen them. You're still connected. Now, personally, I have not done, the 23andMe thing. But I'm glad that people who've done it got successful results. And then they give you like this message that says, hey, we found a match, like this percentage of match. Like if it's a cousin, they'll say your cousin is, they won't call it your cousin. They'll just give you like their first name. They don't give you all the information about them. They'll just say, we found someone that matches to you 17%. And like, or something like that. They'll tell you they found someone. And then by finding the cousin on there, then the cousin was in touch with the brother. But they hadn't seen the brothers in ages either. So we actually got their whole family together for a reunion because they hadn't seen each other in a while. I like the ombre effect. I'm going to do the other one with the ombre. But they were at least in touch with each other. And they're like, hey, cousins, hey, brother, we found your sister. That kind of thing. They're like, what? So, like, that's how it all happened. But, like, there's one cousin who's, like, the ringleader that got everybody together. Okay, so she's saying, like Denise is saying, she's very fortunate to have a large extended family that still gets together regularly, even though they're spread across the country. I know, isn't that nice, Denise? There's like nothing as important as family. So we're talking to people at this lunch, and I'm like, oh, so when was the last time you guys saw each other? Because I'm kind of sitting on the end of the table, not wanting to be like the center of attention. I was at the one end of the table. There's 12 people. I was like, let me sit at the very far end because I'm like not related. I'm not related or related to the person that's related. Like my husband's related to his sister. His sister's related to all these other people. I was like, let me sit down at the other end. But I'm like, oh, when was the last time you saw each other? And someone's like, oh, at my uncle's funeral in 2008. I'm like, what? And then another cousin said to the one brother, like to her other cousin, she goes, oh, I've never met my cousin in person. Like never. So one of those just met for the first time too, but they knew of each other. In other words, they were already like Facebook friends. They knew each other existed and they just met in person. But then the other ones met the brothers, like her brothers. They're like, they hadn't seen them since the brother's father's, like my sister-in-law's father's funeral. And they're like, what? So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This lunch is getting you guys together for the first time? Like, well, how far away do you live? Well, just a few hours from each other. Like, what? And you haven't seen each other ever? No. we've been meaning to get together, but we didn't. And I'm thinking, we're not any spring chickens here. We're not getting any younger. So if there's someone you wanted to get together with, like in life, guys, like get together with them. I mean, don't wait. Thinking, oh my goodness. But it was really special, and that they got together too for the first time. Hi, Karen. Happy Memorial Day, Karen. Ventress is here. And hello, Karen. Thank you for being a channel supporter. I like the little scissor icon. So she's saying she married into a big family with lots of cousins and loves it. So isn't it fun when you marry into a big family? My husband likes my family because of that. He's like, I have a big family. There's 8 kids in my family. And he did like being from an only child. Although he's kind of like he's not like me. He's not extroverted. He's an introvert. So he needs his quiet time and his peaceful time. But he loves having a family. He feels like the love from his family. In fact, he gets along like with my mom better than my siblings do. I mean, because my mom lives with us. He's closer to my mom. Like he takes my mom to doctor's appointments. He'll take off work to take my mom to doctor's appointments. I mean, if they're far away and she has to go like 3 hours away, he'll be like, I'm taking her. Like, and he'll be like talking to the doctor and like interrogating the doctor about her heart. You know what I'm saying? Like my husband is like adopted my mom as his own mom, which is so sweet because, he never had a mom because he doesn't remember his at all. We didn't even have pictures because they were all destroyed I'm looking for the Wink of Stella. Here it is. They were all destroyed in a hurricane back in Galveston years ago. So he didn't have any pictures of he and his mom until his sister gave him one or two. But he was just like latched onto my mom, which is nice. But so anyway, it's nice. I love coming from a big family. It's really sweet. Okay, so I didn't even put Wink of Stella on the first card, but I think it totally needs it. It's like a little bit of glitter. And now I'm just going to pop this up with dimensionals, and I forgot to put my little stars, my little extra stars on this one. And peach pie. So those are just from the same stamp set. And there's an inside and outside of the stars. We're just going to use the inside of the stars and the tiniest little cute little stamping block. And in fact, when you use Wink of Stella, it darkens it up as well. Yep. Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. Hi, T. Yes, T saying big families are the best. I wouldn't have traded that. Now, there's always family drama. That's the only thing. Because Mike said, I don't have any family drama. And then that's what his sister said. She goes, we don't really have family drama. I'm like, well, that's awesome. Now, both of my sides have family drama. Like my mom's side and my side. Like both sides are big families. Like her side of the family, my dad's side of the family. So there's like, and there's generations of family drama. I mean, it's just crazy. So like but I'm glad that I met, other people who just don't do that at all. They just don't do drama. Hello, Heaven's Best 2022. Nice to see you. So Karen's saying she's her mother-in-law's medical contact, even though her husband and his sister live locally because she's 99 and lives in a nursing home. So that's really nice, Karen, that you're your mother-in-law's medical contact. That's because, you know why? You're the responsible one. Hey, Christina, your husband's from Galveston, so they will know about it. I think it was the 80s or whatever. They'll know about this hurricane where the entire house was covered with water. Like if this is the house, this is how much water came in the surge, like 15 feet or whatever. They were on the roof up here, on the roof, and for days until the water receded. Then they had to get out by like canoes and boats. But the American Red Cross, who we love the American Red Cross, they came and dropped boxes of food down from a helicopter. Boxes of like water and food and like box lunches. And they said that's the only thing they had to eat. And so anyway, his pictures were on the top floor. They were up in here. And he thought, okay, the pictures, well, they were on the roof. They really couldn't go get stuff out of the house. But even if he wanted to, he's like, well, I can't really. He's like, they'll be okay because the water wasn't up that high. But then what happened is it was, say this is the roof. And then like the pictures are on the next floor. He said like the ceiling caved in. So it didn't, like the entire house was ruined. So it didn't matter that he didn't save. He was thinking Oh, they're not actually in the underwater, but then they ended up being underwater because like the ceiling caved in, and then all the wetness and all the mold, so all his like pictures got ruined. So I mean, it's not, he didn't have anything from his childhood. Okay, so there we go. But anyway, Galveston, other than that, I mean, Galveston, when I go back there to visit with him, we do love Galveston. Galveston is cool. And, you know, don't go there for, what's it called? Spring break. It gets kind of wild. But there's a nice bunch of people there. Our friends are still there. Oh, that got messed up a little bit. Okay, even though I tried it that way. Okay, that's better. Like lovely, lovely people. But I'm saying lovely people. I'm just flipping it around and doing that. Okay, so just kind of flip around it. Okay, Lynn took a long nap today. Outback Stamping has lots of family in UK, Australia, and Canada. So you have family spread out. You can get, it's nice you have some people you can go visit. Hello, Robbie Landon. Nice to see you. Oh, cutting watermelon. Love watermelon. I had some watermelon blueberries and Cool Whip today in one of those like cups, and then you freeze it, and then you pull it out and let it, and if it's hot outside, you know, you can thaw it out, and it's a nice, refreshing snack. Karen says she's with my husband, but being an introvert, he gets a little freaked out. Like, I don't, even like when I was on a trip and like I would meet some people, he's like, or I'd say, oh, I need to go, you know, like I need to go to the lounge and spin the wheel and get a prize, and then we can leave to go to a park, I would say. And he'd go, well, go ahead. He goes, leave me here. He would say, leave me here in the room. Let me just wipe this off because then I don't have to. And then he goes, then I don't have to go with you. He goes, then come back and get me to the room. Like, and then I'll go with you later. He's like, just leave me here. Like, I'm not going to the lounge with you to spin. So I have to go. And then each day I made it a point to meet someone new in the lounge because he didn't go with me. I was by myself. So I'd go in the lounge and I'd say, hi, I'm Kim. Will you be my friend? You know, kind of awkward. But I had to go up to people and say, hello. And I'm trying not to, like, if anybody's in a conversation, like trying not to butt into any conversations. But if I see someone by themselves just taking photos, I'm like, oh, well, when you're done taking photos, I'd like to meet you, whatever. Because my husband didn't go anywhere with me except for like when we went on an excursion or something. He didn't go to like the lounge. And like if it's like a party and there was a party, he'd go to like a show and then he'd leave the show early. Or if there's a party, he would go, oh, well, now this, I'm just showing you how this cool would look. It would look cool up here. It would look cool down here. I mean, maybe this one I'd put there. I'm just trying to think of this one I might do. I'm not really wanting to block the trees, but I'm not really wanting to block the top part either. So it's like, where do I put this guy? I mean, I guess I'm going to have to put it where the trees are. What do you guys think? Okay, so for this card, not this card. So just say, should I put it on top or bottom? Right there. So we'll do best out of 3 votes. And then I'll put some adhesive on this one. And this one I'm going to put on the top for sure. So for that one, top or bottom, I use lots of dimensionals. Okay, so in other words, so you guys don't want me to block my trees. I'm getting top. All right, so don't block the trees at all costs. All right, so for this one, I shouldn't have put like a dimensional right where the ribbon goes. So if I'm going to put on top, I need to move these dimensionals. Oops, I'm just going to throw that one away. Because you don't want to put dimensionals where your ribbon is. I'm going to pull that one off because they never stick to ribbon. They stick just to the paper. So you're saying, don't block the trees. I gotcha. I hear you. We're not going to block the trees. The trees are too pretty. Now for this one, I'm going to, maybe since you guys don't want me to block stuff, I'll kind of put it like in the middle. That way I'm not blocking the trees, but then like I just love how that looks too. So I wanted to, you know, show off my cute little layer elements. So we'll put that one like that. Now you have all 3 situations you could say. And then I'm going to add some bling. So you just have one in the middle. You can see one kind of in the middle with this stuff on the bottom, right? And then you have one in the top with this stuff over the top. So this is like that design. They're all the same design. Just, they're all the same. Now we're going to take our little spatula and put these around. So we have a, okay, petunia pop, not petunia, is it called petunia pop? Yes, it's called petunia pop. Petunia pop. Oh, that one. That needs a petunia. We'll put a big petunia pop up there. Just to give it a little pop of color up there. Okay, and then we'll put the couple of the peach pies around. We'll put another, since the bottom is already, you notice how I try to do my best at using my take your pick tool, but sometimes I just cheat and just use my hand. So we'll put another peach pie down. Oops. Peach pie. I could use the other side too, like the little putty side, to try to pick it up. Oh no, he's not going to pick it up because he's stuck. Come on, did my dot come with it? All right, I'm going to stick it down here. Or, right here. Okay, that's good enough. So that's where it's going. Thank you. I'm glad. Okay, Lynn's saying they're pleasing to look at. Is that your way of saying nice cards? They're pleasing to look at. No, I'm just kidding. That's cute. Yeah, so Christina, please send me your new address because we're one of my card club people. So I need to make sure this card club, you're all getting a free bingo card. So by the way, I'm having bingo, you guys, on, let's see, June, is it 20th? Oh my goodness, I already forgot. So if you guys want to play Lucky Duck Bingo, just go to my link. I'm having Lucky Ducks Bingo. We're using the Charming Duck Pond bundle in June. So all of my card club members are getting a free bingo card. And you're going to get one lucky duck. If you're in my card club, you're getting a lucky duck. You'll find out what the lucky ducks are for. So you're going to be able to join in on that event. And you can also get a whole packet if you want, but you don't have to because you get to play and come to the event without a packet. I'm trying to think of where to put these because that's kind of like, there's a big spot there to put it in. I think I might put like one there and then sort of, here, I'll just do one of these guys, like next to it like that, because it's just like a big open spot. Then I'll put another one right there. Because again, I hate to put anything there because it's the same color. It'll kind of drown in the sea of, move that up a little. So that's how you do it. These are called the In Color Shimmer Gems. So anyway, to join Lucky Duck Bingo by June 3rd. Now, all my other things are June 10th. Like this club, if you want to join this club, it's joined by June 10th. But the Lucky Duck Bingo, you got to join by June 3rd because I've had people get antsy on me. Oh, I don't have my bingo kit yet. And they start like freaking out on me. And I'm like over all the drama. So I just like making it the 3rd so that everybody gets their bingo kit on time. I'm going to send them out next week and done. And then the kit, you're going to get your card club kit sent out next week too. Now, if you sign up for the card club after the 10th, that's fine. You'll still get to be in the bingo. You just might not get your bingo kit on time. Like, that's why it's better to sign up for bingo on June 3rd and you'll get your card club kit at the same time with your bingo in it. Okay, let me show you the rest of the cards. And, okay, June's going to feature, Kathy Vanderberg asked what it's going to feature. Oh, that's not this one. That's this month. We are featuring, wait for it, you guys get to vote too. Card on Blue Card Club members, beside getting perks like Stampin' Sip, this month you got a sheet of a free ephemera in your kit. Besides all the fun stuff you get to vote on each month's card club. I give you a couple stamp sets to vote for each time. Here's the one. We are using Choose Happy. Choose Happy. Oh, here it is right here. I showed it at the beginning. That's our Card on Blue Card Club. And that card club is going to be so fun. I mean, just to show you what we've already made. Wait, that's one of my birds. These are my birds. These aren't from that. And that's not from that. Here we go. Choose Joy. This is one of those. Now, in the card club, we're not using the scan and cut. So these are just showing you what you can make with the Choose Happy with the scan and cut. So if you're also a scan and cut user, this stamp set's a good investment anyway. And then, I mean, look how cute these little guys are. Happy winter, oh happy day. Choose happy, oh happy day. So we'll do something like this, but then we'll make a whole card of it. But we wouldn't use, again, we're going to do something like this, but without the scan and cut. So your things aren't going to be 3D like that because you're not going to have to cut out anything. Oh, look, my cute little Tic Tacs ended up in there. Oh, you always get treats too every month in your card club. You always get some kind of little treat. All right, so that's that. Okay, let's show you what's this one. So now thank you for watching the May Card on Blue Card Club tutorials featuring the online exclusive stamp set, Happy Little Things. And today we learned how to make cards using Happy Little Things and the Thoughtful Wishes bundle, or Thoughtful Wishes designer series paper. The last time we met here, you also used the Thoughtful Wishes designer specialty paper like this, and you used the Thoughtful Journey designer series paper. Instead of using boho blue for this one, because we always make a blue card every month. This was our blue card. Every month we make a blue card in Card on Blue. You did a similar design, except you had a piece here and you had the peach pie ribbon there. So these are similar designs. And just like the cards we made tonight, I moved these around where you put this layers just to give you ideas. And I showed you that you can just take the same design and use your different die cuts. And this little guy is from, I took the little star to this one, right? I took the star off this stamp set for next month. And I was just showing you that you can just move this paper around, put the ribbon over things, and almost do the same exact design over and over. So this is what we made. And I forgot to mention today, the one thing I should have mentioned today is this guy is called the Deckled Rectangle. It's from the Deckled Rectangle set. This little guy, and this one too, these are from the Nested Essentials dies. Okay, so Nested Essentials dies. Okay, before I show you our bonus cards we colored, I want to show you the other paper we used. So every month we use 2 different kinds of paper. We used this kind of paper called the Bright and Beautiful. I had to think of the name. Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. These little dies that go with this paper are part of a set that's a bundle with the Happy Little Things. So when you buy a bundle, stamp set and dies, you save 10%. And you only get 2 dies in that bundle. But I put them in your kit because I wanted you to get to try them out. They're really good for all these little sentiments. And if you don't want to write the same thing I'm writing each month, you can write whatever you want. I mean, you can just use whatever sentiments you want each month. But we use the same technique several times. I want to mention one more thing. I prefer to just use an ombre, color with the blends, or whatever with the blends like this, an ombre effect, as opposed to this whole inside guy. Now, if you're going to use the inside guy, I like the inside it's called 2-step stamping and all that. I recommend that you use a Stamparatus or stamp positioning tool because it's hard to line them up. But the benefit of blends is you can alternate your colors like this, which is really fun in the Bright and Beautiful paper. And you can even do the ombre effect and alternate the colors. So I really liked doing those kind of cards. So those are similar designs. And then here's when I tried to line up the stamp and the thing. So these are some of my failures, like here. This one I colored with the blends. This one I tried to line up. Didn't work. This one I stamped and it wasn't really even. This one I tried to line up. It didn't work. This one I tried to line up. It didn't work. So then I just said, screw it. Sorry, I don't want to say it like that on the YouTube channel, but it's not a curse. But I was like, and that one I stamped and it didn't work. I mean, I saved these because I might use the other side. But I'm just showing you, I give you extra little die pieces because sometimes there's a little piece of ephemera. Sometimes things just don't work. But then you pivot and you say, okay, this stamp set is still awesome, but I'm going to use blends to color it in. All right, so part of what we did this month is I gave everybody the little blender pen. And I said, oh, we're going to do a little lesson on coloring with the blender pen this month. So that's why we had 5 tutorials altogether. I know I just had the pen down here a minute ago. 5 tutorials on the Card on Blue Card Club. So we had 4 tutorials in these cards. And then we had what's called an Ink It Up tutorial. Ink It Up. And that's when I teach you techniques of coloring and things. And we inked it up and we colored this in Petunia Pop. One of the in colors. Now this one got mixed in. It looks like a lot of the peach got mixed in with the Petunia Pop. But I used the same color each time I colored. It just came out way different and I think way better the second time. So that's what that looks like. And this little piece, I'm Proud of You, almost has the same font as You Are Incredible. But this is a piece of ephemera. And this is a piece of ephemera that we colored. And then we colored these little birds. And I had another couple birds that I haven't put on cards yet. but you can see how cute that is. Super easy just to use the In Color Summer Splash to color that with. And then I'm going to show you what we're up to the rest of the month here. Also, here's my birds. They're the other birds we colored. So that's all technique of coloring with the blender pens. Those birds are just not this bird. This bird's a stamped image. This bird is ephemera, meaning I didn't stamp this. This is a piece of our ephemera. Just colored it. All right, so this month on my channel, we are done the card club, and it's almost the end of May, so that's a good thing because I always do the card club in the same month that we're having it. So the last thing I'll mention, we've already mentioned Lucky Duck Bingo coming up in June. We mentioned, okay, the other thing I want to mention is the workshop series. So in the summer, I'm doing a 2-month workshop series, not a 1 month. Because otherwise, I would just be like going crazy trying to do 7 tutorials. Or I usually do 6 tutorials about the same thing, 6 or 7, with one bundle. The bundle we're focusing on in the months of May and June, because it's the summertime. I'm doing month of May and month of June. So I've only done a couple tutorials so far, and tomorrow, and maybe the next day, but let's say I'm shooting for tomorrow. Not really shooting. I did not use the word shooting. In that sense, I am planning for tomorrow. You have no idea how many bings I get from the artificial intelligence captioners in this industry. Anyway, this is what we're using for this month. And we've already done these kinds of cards. So if you like this Unbounded Love, okay, June 21st, the bingo. Thank you. Whatever the Friday night is, Kathy, check on my bingo. Whatever it says in the, I honestly don't even know what day it is. I mean, I know what day it is. It's a Monday, but I'm saying I don't know what day my bingo is. I forgot, but you got to sign up by the 3rd. Okay, so I got this idea from when I was doing my swaps. Well, I've had this idea for years. I mean, actually, this is a card I've made so many of. It's called a designer series paper card. It's where you take a panel, and then you take, so here's a card. This is the card. It's the gray granite, or it could be smoky slate. And anyway, then you take another paper or cardstock, and then you take 3 panels of paper. Well, I used that same concept. This was the, let me see, Lily Pond Lane Designer Series paper. And we're using this bundle, not this stamp set, but we're using this paper in our Lucky Duck Bingo. Anywho, I use that same design, and that's this month. And then this one is a design also using Unbounded Love and the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. And I showed on my channel how to make these easel fold cards, so please check that out. And then this is what we're making next. And I'm still waiting for my Country Woods paper, and then I'm going to start with some different designs. So right now, I'm still using the Unbounded Love paper because that's all I have. But once I get my Country Woods paper this week, I'll do some Country Woods designs with this stamp set because that's what's in your kit. So those of you that got my workshop kit. So soon you'll be able to order the July-August workshop kit, which is going to be based on Seaside Wishes. It's a very nautical kit, like beachy theme, and it's pretty cool. All right, so that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef, and let's see what we have. Oh, Deborah just came in. Hello, Deborah, and Yvette just came. Yvette, I thank you so much for my awesome care package. She's helping me with some things that Stampin' Up! Ran out of, sending me some really cool things for use in my future kit, so thank you for that. I'm doing a 3D, I'm not doing a 3D, I could do a 3D club, but I'm doing a 3D retreat for the Scan and Cut, Lynn. So you'll hear about the 3D retreat for the Scan and Cut. I just have to find out when Stampin' Up's going to let me buy some Christmassy papers, because I really wanted to do sort of a Christmassy theme with that for stocking stuffers. But if it doesn't happen and I have the time to do a retreat and the papers aren't happening, then I'm going to do stocking stuffers, but with other paper, because you guys will all get the idea of how to do it. I mean, they won't be called stocking stuffers. It will be just called 3D Scan and Cut Retreat. But I'm planning on that. I really am. But I don't know if I'm going to do it as a whole club, because people like cards, right? They really do like cards. I mean, I'm not saying everyone likes cards, but it seems like my card club's really popular. All right, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Thank you, Robbie, Lynn, Kathy, Christina, and all you guys who just made comments about the cards. I appreciate you all. Have a great Memorial Day, the rest of Memorial Day, and we'll see you again this week on my channel. I appreciate you.